So now we're off to do, I don't know, something. I forget what we're actually off to do, but we have to get on the ship to do it. And Yang's wife somehow beat us here.
Yeah, she's so quick. I like how she doesn't get a name.
No, just Yang's wife. Break a leg, hun. Bring back some gifts for a change. Honey, I'm off to save the world. Like, I'm literally off to save the world from a tyrant.
Once again, with like the gender stuff, it's just Yang's wife.
Yeah, it does. It keeps popping up. 5 actually makes some impressive steps forward.
It would be great if they're... I guess maybe not. All right, so I'm thinking about those games that are like aware of the fact that they're games. And if there was a game that did that well, it would be great if something like that happened where the two characters are talking and it's like Yang's wife, and then they make a comment about it, and then Yang turns into like whatever her name's is, husband.
Yeah. Maria's husband.
Yeah. It's like, that's better.
I wish those types of games were good.
Yeah.
And not up their own ass about being in games. Just make a fun game. Why is that so hard? Huh? Is it easier to make a bad self-aware game than it is to make a good fun game?
You know, it must be.
It must be.
It is. Yeah, like, it's totally easier to make a bad...
It's easier to just jumble it. It's easier to sit down and go, what are games that I know? And then just make dumb, bad jokes about those and string it together into something game-like.
You start off with the idea of going, wouldn't it be funny if there was a character that looked like Cloud, but his name was Clud? And then you build a game around that.
Yeah. That Jim Sterling reviewed one of those games. I'm looking at it going, oh my god.
It's kind of like... I can't think of it. Like, I'm trying to think of a director. Maybe it's either a film or video game developer, but it's like they start off with a scene and then build the rest of it around that.
Yeah.
Like, I really want this scene to happen. Now let's build the rest of the game around that. Like, no. Like, the band that I'm in, that I'm building and creating and doing all this shit for. Like, we don't have a name yet because we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm teaching these guys these songs that I'm writing, and we're getting our shit together. And instead of the wrong way, which is like, wouldn't it be sweet to have a band called like Fuckface Cadillac?
Yeah.
And then it's dude, you want to be in Fuckface Cadillac with me? Yeah, man. I'll get my brother to make shirts for us. It'll be so cool. And then you're walking around in Fuckface Cadillac shirts.
Oh, it's Leviathan. Because they didn't have room for an H. So they said, fuck it.
The way it looks in there, too, is so funny. So, yeah. Dude, I might name my band Fuckface Cadillac now.
That's actually a good name.
I'm gonna text the guys right now. We're Fuckface Cadillac.
Don't ask them. It's just we're Fuckface Cadillac. Like, okay. Oh, I thought of a good name for a Spellgun album.
Yeah?
Hot Steel, Cold Flesh.
Oh, man.
You get it right away.
Woo! Once again, that could be that could be either a Turbo Negro or a Judas Priest album.
Yeah, I know.
That's the best. It's hard trying to think of a band name.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it's easy to think of a dumb band name. It's hard to think of a not embarrassing band name.
And I think at a certain point you have to accept that there's going to be a subset of people that will always just make fun of your band's name regardless of anything else.
Like, I'm honestly looking at, and this is kind of disgusting, but I'm trying to make a product more or less, and I look at things that way. So I'm honestly trying to think of a cool name that is real ass words that people say on a regular basis. Like, for the example that I have is the band Say Anything, and the words Say Anything will often come up in conversation in that order. And if, when I used to listen to Say Anything a lot, whenever I would say anything, when I would say anything, I would think of them, and I'm like, that's fucking clever. Like, that's marketing. And so I'm trying to think of a cool name that is still a good name for a rock and roll band, but also something that would drill its way into your brain. So the next time someone says like a certain phrase, and you're like, oh, there's a band name.
Yeah, so it gets, they think of it automatically throughout the day.
Yeah.
This, by the way, this is the town that Cecil came to before the game started and killed a bunch of people to get the crystal, which is why this guy's mad at us and turning us into a toad and back again.
wonder what that would feel like.
Probably hurt like a motherfucker.
What happens to the armor? I don't get it.
That's always the question with transmogrification. And unfortunately, if you ever read Animorphs, you can see how stupid it looks. Because they basically just use that option in Photoshop where you can like shift one shape into another.
They took that out. That used
really?
to be the best. Yeah, you have to get like a plugin for that.
Okay, is that you gotta pay for that?
No, you just have to find someone who developed a plugin and install it. But that used to do that shit all the time in high school.
Yeah, basically. In Animorphs, it basically just you see like the jacket become fur very badly.
Oh.
So this is interesting and kind of a spoiler for the rest of the game because you come here and they sell a full set of paladin gear and it's like
shield, like armor, helmet, glove, like paladin.
And it's very expensive.
I don't understand. What the fuck is happening?
But I think no matter what you name your band, there's always going to be some people who want to make fun of blankety blank. You're back. Go away. What?
What?
I think blankety blank is supposed to be like a swear, right? Like instead of just saying motherfucker, like they would blank it out, and so she's just literally saying blankety blank.
I wish that you could continue into the trees as a secret to pursue.
What do you want this time, huh? Some women, men.
Do you want me? Take me if you will.
Tears open his robe.
It's just this
old man flesh.
And then like ginger curly chest hair.
Why is it always ginger and curly? Oh no.
Like liver spots and stuff. Take me if you will.
Yeah, this character is basically played by Louis C.K.
Please have my supple flesh if you must. Like 67. Like, ugh.
Supple's not the word.
Put it away.
I'll take it though.
Put it away.
Let me get a bag to put over my helmet. So now he's telling us we got to go to the Mountain of Trials or Mount Ordeals to basically prove ourselves because you can't fight evil with evil. You got to fight evil with good, and eventually the dark sword will consume Cecil. So he needs a holy sword and become a paladin.
I think I need either dark or black to be in my band name because just to please
Blackest dark,
just
darkest black.
Yeah, just to have that corniness, like well, because just like Turbo Negro, they wanted to be called Fast Black, and they're Scandinavian, and they also wanted to be marketable, so they wanted it to be an English name, but their English not so good at that point, or something like that, so they're like Turbo Negro. Which is still a pretty fucking cool name.
Yeah, it is. You remember? I think that's more memorable than Fast Black would have been.
Oh, yeah.
You hear Turbo Negro and you go, what?
Wait, what?
Am I supposed to be offended right now?
That's what a lot of people get to. They're like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, what do you mean you don't know how to feel about it? Like, it's fucking...
Like I get it, but negro is the Spanish word for black.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's not the other word.
Yeah. It's a bit unfortunate, but they are also from Scandinavia.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, we get actually an interesting pair of characters, even though they look terrible. God, they look bad.
What are they? Pollum and
Porum. One's a black mage, one's a white mage, and they are twins.
I wonder if that's supposed to mean something, their names.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and their portraits are even worse. They're cool in battle, but I spent some time leveling and earning money. There's a sort button, by the way. So that I could afford his full set of paladin gear because I didn't want him to be naked coming off of Mount Ordeals. Ambushed.
Yeah, they're not so bad there.
Yeah, their in-battle sprites are actually pretty good. Everything else is terrible.
I totally remember them from playing, Brave Exvius as well.
Like, they're in there?
Yeah. So is, who's the bad guy in this one again?
Golbez.
Golbez, yeah. Golbez is cool. You get him pretty easily in Brave Exvius, but he's just big and mean looking.
They have a cool ability called Twin, where they'll cast they'll combine their power to cast a unique spell, and it's either that Comet ability, which hits all enemies with a non-elemental ability that pierces any kind of magic defense, or they'll cast Pyro, which is, I think it's just like fire based. It's not as powerful, and now he's dead.
They almost look like they belong in a different game.
Yeah, they do.
Like they should be in some like platformer, like ice climbers type shit or something.
Like they should have made an appearance in Little Nemo and Dreamland.
Yeah, like the scale of their features compared to Cecil's right now. Like look how big their head is and everything.
Well, I think because their sprite needs to be the same size, but because they're kids, they need to make up for it by, well, basically big heads.
Yeah, they should totally have their own, like, platformer game where they, like, you swap between the two and complete puzzles and shit. Whoa, yeah, fuck them up.
I gotta use my white magic to get through here. I gotta use my black magic to go through here, and then it gets frustrating. You get swapping between them as a pain in the ass.
Man, that sounds like a game. That sounds like that could be a game.
Let's make that game and not tell Square, and then start selling it. And then when they come after us, we just disappear. We make just enough money to buy a boat and sailing lessons, and then chart a path to an island. You go, yep, this is it. This is the island we're gonna live on.
And then we just sip fruity rum drinks, and because we make it a mobile game, and we got them whales.
Yep. We made enough money to buy all this and a lifetime supply of rum. Life is gonna be good.
Fucking playing that Fire Emblem Heroes.
I gotta check that out.
Because I want to write a review for it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to stay objective about it, though, because it's just every other fucking mobile game.
It looked like it was just every other fucking gachapon-based mobile game.
It's like, the only difference between this and anything else is just like pick your poison. Are you playing a Puzzle Quest knockoff? Or are you playing like a, what other options are there? You're either matching shit or you're sliding things or tapping stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it makes that gameplay of that tactical RPG, it kind of speeds it up, just dragging your characters around instead of moving your cursor around. But it's just like there are so many fucking characters to get, and it's like a lottery, to get them and everything, and you build your team, and then there's so many fucking skills that and it's just like this is just it's just a mess, and it makes me angry, and it's just.
It makes me mad that Nintendo's mobile game isn't just a fucking mobile version of a Nintendo game. We took a mobile game and then slapped our property on top of it instead of making our game with the components of the mobile platform in mind.
Exactly. And
which is why, as we said before, Ridiculous Fishing is the best mobile game out there.
In my review, I mentioned that. I say how there aren't enough ridiculous fishings out there for me to really give a shit about mobile games, because no fucking developer seems to take advantage of all of the features of the smartphone, which include like an accelerometer, front and back cameras, multiple speakers, like, multi-touch gestures, like things like that Ridiculous Fishing fucking had in spades.
Yeah. And use them all subtly and to grand effect.
I downloaded this new Dragon Ball Z game just because I was like, I want to see what it's all about. And it's more or less the same shit.
The best Dragon Ball Z game is Budokai 3, which we should play for like a one-off.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
A Lilith.
But, there's that asshole again.
Yeah, Tella's back.
But it's like the Dragon Ball Z game is you get your heroes and you build your team or your deck, and then you match some colors, and then you get a skill, and then you hope you get the cool characters that you want. And it just occurs to me that all these games, like, I've never played a Fire Emblem game, so I have zero attachment to it. Like, I only know like Marth.
Yeah, that's when everyone knows. I know Marth and Ike.
Yeah, and so you're like, I imagine people are just pumping money into that, hoping to get Marth or hoping to get like whoever, and I have none of that. So the game to me is like pointless. Like, I don't care what characters I get.
Oh, yeah, like, from what I saw from the Nintendo Direct, which was actually a little embarrassing because the Nintendo Direct they did for Fire Emblem that day was just for that. It was 20 minutes, and it was just that.
How wow, that's gotta be boring.
When it ended, I went, that's it? But from what I saw, it looked like at the very least, it gives you the ability to try for a more specific character. Because it looked like you can go like, okay, I want a sword, character or a spear character. But there have been so many Fire Emblem games with so many characters that even doing that it's how do I put this? It's the barest balm to apply to the free-to-play burn.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can kind of swing the odds in my favor, but I'm still pulling this fucking slot machine handle among what is probably a couple of hundred characters.
So,
and I know some of them are weighted higher than others. So if you want Ike, it's probably like a 0.5% chance.
Like you, so you go to summon your characters, and 5 gems come up, and there are red, green, and blue, and then non-colored. And within red, green, and blue, there is spear, axe, and tome. And so it's really more about the colors than, and I think, I'm not quite sure yet if the weapons and the colors have their own separate, like, rock, paper, scissors going on. But anyway, so you go to summon your characters, and there 5 gems will appear. Sometimes there's 3 reds and a green and a non-colored, or, you know, something like that. So you're like, okay, that's already a chance-based thing. It's like, out of these 5 that show up, what are the odds that there will be a red one? And so then you pick one of those red ones, and now you have to like go, man, I hope it's the red one that I want. And on top of that, you have to go, I hope it's not only the red one that I want, but also, like, hopefully it's the weapon that I want on top of that character. And I don't know, it's just like really like it makes you feel like you have a little bit more control over it, but you really don't. And because let's say you want a colorless, which is archer, spy, and mage, I think. And so those have their own kind of, you know, abilities, but they don't they're not within the rock, paper, scissors. So let's say you want a colorless, and then you go to summon some characters and no colorless gems show up, so you're like, well, I guess I don't get a colorless one this time. But yeah, it's I mean, the game, it plays well, and I guess if you like that kind of thing, it's good. But yeah, like I said, it's so hard to fucking not just be like, this is bullshit. Like, it's hard to look at it and try to be like, it's good for what it is, but what it is really not that good.
God, I do enjoy Fire Emblem, and I was curious to see what they would do with the mobile iteration, and I was just so sad to see, oh, it's just another fucking mobile game.
I'm gonna play it for a couple more days just to write the review, and then it's getting deleted. Like, I just can't. Like, it's just pointless. I thought it was gonna be a full Fire Emblem game. It's just like, oh, there's this land, and these people are summoning heroes from different worlds.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard that one before.
And so you gotta save them because they're under their control.
Oh no!
So that's why they're all here.
Oh no! So this game, by the way, has its own 4 Fiends of the Elements, like Final Fantasy 1 did, and this is the first of them. This is Milo. Doing the pose. Milon of Earth, who currently is hidden under a shroud for some reason, because he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, what's that hump on its back all about? It looks gross.
Yeah, that's where I keep my juice.
That's my juice hump. Hey, give it a squeeze, if you please.
I don't.
I gotta sneeze.
God damn it. you just had to sell it, didn't you, Milan?
Fucking Elon Musk, right? Making his jet cars and fancy computer programs.
Except he doesn't seem to actually make anything. He just seems to talk about how cool certain things would be.
What if we were in a simulation?
Elon Musk says we're in a simulation. Is Elon Musk, like, in any way qualified to make an educated estimate about that? No, but he has $1 billion.
He's gonna take us to space.
Really? Okay, is that happening? Well, no. Elon Musk talks about the Hyperloop. Oh, how's that coming along? It's not even starting. Not even starting.
You know what? You know how startups work, right? Like, you get a good idea, you pitch it to investors, and investors give you money, and then you just try to make ends meet as long as you can until it doesn't work, but then you walk away with a fat wad of cash. I feel like Elon Musk is extremely good at that.
He gives good TED Talks, I guess, which I still don't quite get the point of TED Talks.
It's just a way to go jerk off on stage in front of people.
That's what it seems to be. It's just people being like, yo, here's a cool thing I want to talk about.
Look
and
how
people like, What's happening to me?
Look how smart I am.
Dang it.
Now let me, in this presentation, allow me to show you just how smart I am and how well I've learned how to speak publicly.
Except Milan isn't dead. Well, he is dead, but he's back from death. Somehow he knows his true strength lies in death. I don't know how he knew that. Because he can only die once. But now he's this thing. Now he's for real.
Oh, fuck. With that arm all backwards and shit? That's weird.
I like that he didn't yell, "This is my true form." He just said it very straightforward and nonchalantly. This is my true form.
I'm trying to... Wow. Yeah, like that thigh back there.
Uh-huh. You're trying to make sense of this body?
His thigh
There might be something in the book.
His thigh is as long as his whole arm.
Yeah.
Which, that doesn't... Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh.
I paused. Why did I pause here? Why in the world did I pause here?
Maybe you had to go poop.
Maybe. Maybe I did have to go poop. Maybe I paused here to look up what to actually do with this boss.
Oh, let's see, there's that.
I think that might be supposed to be him. Yeah, that's definitely supposed to be him because he's got the cloak. Except it doesn't seem to have his true form.
This is my true form.
All you really do is blow him up with fire. Except sometimes he blows you up with poison. Something I do appreciate about this game is, in instances like that where you're attacked from behind, it does what most Final Fantasies do, where now your back row character is in the front and vice versa. Usually you need to have every character choose to switch the rows. In this one, having one character choose the row command switches everyone.
Antlion looks a little bit crazier in this illustration.
A little bit. Join my undead legions. Somehow poison is supposed to make me undead. I don't know what his thought process is there.
We have great health benefits. Just look at my arm. Snap. Oh.
You're literally dead. You shouldn't be selling me on health benefits right now. Poison damage.
Oh no, not the poison
Yeah,
damage.
and poison damage often isn't significant enough to even bother with.
The way,
like, fuck it, I'll eat it.
Those twins, they're just so cartoony.
I only just now noticed what their sprites actually are when they're poisoned. Like the fucking what's his name? Palom is just on his butt and his feet are up front.
It like, looks like tears a bit.
Yeah,
like, coming out.
Yeah, they're crying.
And like hands between their feet.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't want to. I don't want to no more. I'm done going home.
What are you fucking for? Yes. Oh.
Fuck this fucking...
Maybe we shouldn't have brought a pair of 4-year-olds to this mountain where they literally said no one has ever returned. They said that before we set out. And they're like, oh, by the way, take these 4-year-olds with you. These 4-year-olds in their pajamas.
They are in pajamas dressed as their favorite superhero. Like, they kidnap these kids to make them come play. Come on, kids, we're gonna go on the mountain and play a game. See you in hell.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, probably. See ya.
I done some bad things. I done some real bad things that I'm not proud of.
I love that the cure for the toad maid kiss.
Yeah.
It's not like maiden's kiss, it's just a maid. It's
yeah. Just any lady with a feather duster can cure you of toad status.
I clean now.
It's a random voice called Cecil's son, and now we walk into the rock.
It's just Dwayne.
Yeah.
Good old Dwayne. You step inside of him. Oh, careful in there, boys.
You step inside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and emerge a paladin.
That makes sense.
No one knows how it works. We just know it makes sense. But this does the dumb thing where there's a reflection of you. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And then a sword somehow appears from the mirror, which is actually kind of cool.
You can't equip in battle, can you?
No, you can't, but I think it equips you with that automatically.
But not your paladin armor that you bought?
Nope. Because you might not have that armor at all.
Yeah, man, and then like your reflection, I remember, just beats your ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard fight.
Mm-hmm. It's possible to win. I mean, it is possible to kill your reflection, even though you're not supposed to.
2 of them. Oh no.
Are they gonna fuck? I want to know what that would look like.
Oh, probably pretty awesome, Palom.
Oh, we're 4. How do we know about these things?
I don't know.
I don't know, Porum. But I'm looking forward to it.
How would the Japanese pronounce those names?
Oh. Oh my. I hadn't thought of that.
Off. One action is just off.
Yeah.
Come on, Paladin Cecil, you can do it.
Oh yeah, I think the off command is I think that is by default guard. And so you can set him to guard a specific character and then you can tell him to stop doing it.
Oh, so it's literally turned off right
Yeah.
now.
Well, no, it's on. I guess it's on by default because there's no one else. I don't know. But yeah, when it's activated, that switches to off. Well done. Now receive my spirit of light. And remember, Golbez must be stopped. Okay, that was my quest. I wasn't going to forget.
Farewell, my son.
Yeah, it's some voice whom you never meet.
And then his head clips through the wall, or his head sprite is just perfectly flat on the top, so it looks like it's clipping with the wall.
Cecil became a paladin. Oh, now even his reflection is good.
Aww. Yeah. Everyone's just watching, like, what?
What the hell happened?
Do I gotta change into something too? He just... Porum is just staring at the reflection, grunting, and, like, farts a little. Oh.
I'm a butt bender. Palom, please never say that again. I know that it's not a particular slur for an Inkarope, but it sounds like one. Please never say butt bender again.
Especially not around your mom. She won't let you hang out with us anymore.
She
on
won't.
Death Mountain. If you keep talking about all those butts you bend.
If your mom hears you talking about butt, and then for whatever reason, Tello remembers all of his spells. He had an ability earlier called Recall, where he could recall at random one of his spells, which he had forgotten. Because at first he just has like the first level elemental spells and the first level healing spells, but he used to know all of them. So with Recall, he'd just be like, oh yeah, Bolt 3 or whatever, but it's completely at random. Now he has all the magic. He has every spell in the game right now.
Nice.
Except we can't use it all because Meteo costs 99 MP and he can't go above 90 MP.
Oh.
It's stupid.
Just a tease.
Yeah.
Butt bending tease.
God damn it.
Hey mom, Cecil taught me about butt bending, look.
No, we didn't. No one taught you that. You came up with that phrase after you farted.
And he bounces away on his butt cheeks farting.
Oh man.